The story of minicamp for the Houston Texans is their first selection from this year's draft. The rookie Kamari Lassiter showing up and showing out at Texans minicamp. We're talking about that. Brevin Jordan, wide receiver depth, offensive line, bodies, and so much more. Appreciate you watching. I'm Cody Stoots. Welcome to the channel. Let's talk some Texans. Get in the comment section. If you're watching live, I appreciate you. Give me a thumbs up on the video. If you're watching this after the fact, the comment section still active for you. We'll get after it down there in the comment section still. Appreciate you watching no matter how or when you watch. Super Chats go to the front of the line, but let's get started with the first one. Kamari Lassiter is the story of Texans training camp. The rookie from Georgia can absolutely go. He is having a fantastic OTAs into minicamp, and really it's showcased over the past couple of days. Yesterday, it was step for step with Tank Dell on the field, and today it was step for step with Stefon Diggs on the field, and he got Diggs twice in two of the matchups. Let's take a look at them. Let's look at the matchups here. This is the video from my guy Eddie Clark, who had this. This was one of the two Kamari Lassiter, we'll call them wins, over Stefon Diggs. Look at this. Slow motion. Step for step. This is a full rookie. Not played in the NFL yet. Yes, he played at Georgia and the SEC and great competition, but to be right there, and I know the pass isn't great, but step for step, his defense ultimately forces the miss on there. Let me show you another clip here. This is from the Houston Texans Twitter account. This is another Kamari Lassiter successful play. Now, this pass is on target. This pass is headed for Stefon Diggs, and there he is, the locksmith. No showboating, just, hey, hands behind his back, locking you down. The locksmith taking care of business. Let's roll that one back one more time. Yeah, CJ Stroud sees Diggs. Oh, he's open. No, he's not. Look at that. Kamari Lassiter taking care of business. I mean, this guy has showcased a ton here in a short amount of time. Now, look, it's ultimately, 4 practices that the media has been able to watch him, but the praise for him has been high. From the Miko Ryans to teammates to defensive coordinator Matt Burke last week, the praise has been high. The success when the media has been able to watch has been there, and it's a full-blown competition for cornerback 2. We know Derek Stingley's cornerback 1. We know he's the top dog when it comes to the cornerback room, but DeMeco Ryans and Nick Caserio have made it clear the best player will play. The best player will play is what they say, and they mean it. They are not afraid to start a rookie at cornerback 2. And if Kamari Lassiter keeps this up for the very long training camp that the Texans are going to have, which it'll get started in the middle of July and it'll go all the way until the Texans get ready to kick it off against the Indianapolis Colts. But if you tell me that 95 days from now, when the Colts and Texans line it up for the first game of the season, Kamari Lassiter is the starting cornerback opposite Derek Stingley, I will believe you. That's what it would be if they had to play the Colts tomorrow, I believe. I believe they'd put 14 out there, sink or swim, young man, sink or swim. Go out there, defend Michael Pittman. Go out there, defend Adonai Mitchell, Alec Pierce, okay? Go make some plays when they dump it off to the tight end, and you got to go up and tackle. The Texans, I believe, would put him out there tomorrow, and he would have earned it if it would have happened tomorrow. Now, again, it's a 4-practice public sample size that the media gets to see and then disseminate the information over to you. So let's not overreact too much to that. He shows up in the middle of July. Stefon Diggs, Tank Dell start cooking him. CJ Henderson and Jeff Okudah start playing a little bit better. Then all of a sudden, okay, maybe we can calm the hype train down a little bit. But as far as it goes right now, to me, Kamari Lassiter is the story of Texans minicamp, which is over now. But he's the story of Texans minicamp. He had fantastic performance yesterday and today. Yesterday against Tank Dell, today against Stefon Diggs. It looked really good. And this is not what it's supposed to look like for a second-round pick at the quarterback spot. So he has played really well through a couple of practices. Again, be aware of the sample size. It's a small sample size, okay? Got to make sure I don't put my hands in a weird spot. You guys start photoshopping me. Small sample size. So let's not overreact, but let's properly react to how difficult it is to do what he's done. And I think one of the biggest things that I would stress about Kamari Lassiter is he has never looked slow. For a guy that worked out slow, had a slow 40 time at his pro day, where the 40 times are usually a little faster, he has never looked slow on the field with other NFLers. That's one of the biggest elements to this. We'll get to some of your comments here in just a second, but more to talk about with Kamari Lassiter, who's the story of training camp so far. Hey, D'Amico Ryans, what have you made of the rookie cornerback?
And from Kamari is I've seen a guy who's been locked in from day one since he's gotten here. He's been locked in. He's done everything we've asked him to do. Kamari is a guy who doesn't make the same mistake twice, right? He's very competitive. He's making plays, like instinctive player, and I think a lot of guys are fired up to see what he's been able to do over the past couple weeks. So excited to see how he's trending, right? He's trending in the right direction. Excited to see, how he comes back and where he starts in training camp.
He's trending in the right direction, huh? D'Amico Ryans, he doesn't get super excited about guys at the podium, but that was a good level of excitement. And look, D'Amico Ryans is not Bill O'Brien. Rookies don't know anything. He'll put the best players on the field, evidenced by the trust that they had in the rookie class last year to go out there, evidenced by the fact that they had trust in, guys who were supposed to be depth players to go out there and be starters last year. Speaking of the rookie class from last year, hey, Will Anderson, what have you thought of Kamari Lassiter so far?
I've been so amazed by him, man. He's been making plays left and right all over the field. He got the swarm player of the day. He's electric, man. Another young guy that we can't wait to keep seeing grow and stuff like that. And I think he can do great things for this defense and be a part of something special that we have going on here. And, it's just that mentality that you have coming from the SEC. So he gets it. He knows, now is the time. He don't have to wait for nobody. He's not scared to jump up in front of the line. He's not scared to go make plays. That's the type of mentality that he has coming from a place like that. But that's just who he is, and he understands what we're trying to do here.
From the physicals to the mentals to getting it done on the field, Kamari Lassiter has been the story of Texans training camp. You see the comments there from D'Amico Ryans. He's on the right track. From Will Anderson, so amazed by the rookie from Georgia. And again, this is a second-round pick. This is the 7th cornerback off the board. Who went ahead of him? Kool-Aid, Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell, Terrion Arnold, the kid from Clemson, Nate Wiggins. So this is the 5th, 6th, 7th corner, whatever it is, off the board. And the Texans, there were a lot of us that were hoping for Kool-Aid McKinstry, myself included. They end up with Kamari Lassiter, and it looks like they've got themselves a nice player. Look, C.J. Henderson, Jeff Okudah, they're not out of this thing just yet, and Lassiter could easily have a role if he's not the starter. He becomes that super sub for you. He maybe starts at nickel. If he doesn't start at nickel, he's a super sub at nickel, and he plays a little bit just about everywhere for this defense. But he's absolutely got the opportunity and the chance to be cornerback 2 on this defense, okay? Chance and opportunity for Kamari Lassiter to be a starter on the defense day 1, week 1, Indianapolis, 95 days away. So look for it. 14 and 24, locking it down at the cornerback spot 95 days from now. So we think about that. We'll get to some of your comments here in just a second. I want to welcome a new sponsor to the channel. My friends over at Urban Furniture and Decor. Look at this beautiful, gorgeous furniture. Luxury meets affordability. Some of the best prices in town. The best prices in town. They don't have this giant, massive showroom and warehouse that they just have to push, and have these giant markups. No, the prices are incredible. The furniture is luxurious and impressive. Specializing in Turkish furniture, but having the latest styles from modern to classic to the newest and best. They will take care of you at Urban Furniture and Decor. Go see the beautiful showroom with lots of parking, no elbowing and fighting people for spots in the parking lot like some of those giant big box places from overseas. Okay, go check out the beautiful showroom at 7909 Hillcroft. okay, over in my old stomping grounds, right around the corner where I grew up. All right, go check out the beautiful showroom at 7909 Hillcroft and take a look at what Urban Furniture and Decor has to offer for you. They've got no credit financing available. They will even ship to you folks who aren't in Houston, who can't go check them out. The prices are great. Just go to the website. The link's in the description down below. Go to the website, check it out. You'll be blown away at how beautiful this furniture is, how sturdy and well made it is as well. Okay, I'm a big guy. I can break a couch like nobody's business. I'm not breaking this stuff. It's going to last and look good for a long, long time in your home, and you're not going to pay big, big prices for it either. UrbanFurnitureDecor.com. UrbanFurnitureDecor.com. Learn more about them in the description down below. We appreciate them jumping in to be sponsors of this video. They are very excited. They want to see you. Go in, tell them you saw them here on the YouTube channel. Check out the showroom. It's beautiful furniture. Every style is available to you, from the great, beautiful, sometimes exclusive to them Turkish furniture, to your modern, more, old school furniture. They got it all, man. I really, really am excited for you guys to see them. So check them out, learn about them in the description down below. We will get to the rest of the comments the rest of the observations from today, but let's get to some of these comments here in the comment section as we're live. Good to see you, LJ. Gunner, appreciate you dropping by. Abel, Johnny, appreciate you. Gunner's driving in North Dakota watching the stream. Fantastic. JG, thank you. Rob, appreciate the like. Throw the thumbs up on the video, everybody. Can Kamari be our Richard Sherman at a 4.640 time? Let's not put Richard Sherman on him just yet, but he doesn't look slow. That's my big thing. He doesn't look slow, and he has not ever looked slow out there on the field. Good to see you, Pawn Shop. Letty Rain, Cody, can you send me all your footage so I can steal it, put it on YouTube, and not give you any credit, please? LOL. Well, you'd be surprised at how many people are already doing that very thing. Good to see you, Mr. Bo, on the top. David's going to throw a little on Kamari for Defensive Rookie of the Year. And why not go back-to-back in that category if you're the Texans? I joke, I kid, but come on. He plays day one, has some success, get in the conversation, have a big year, have a big day. It's impressive, okay? It's not supposed to look that easy for cornerbacks. Cornerbacks and tight ends are usually two positions that have an incredibly hard time transitioning to the NFL. And for it to look good this early, again, small sample size, but for it to look good this early, it's really fun. Mr. Robot says, I think it's that elite agility. As long as they keep him off deep ball burners, he's probably elite even then. I'm not sure his 40 time means anything. Yeah, look, if he didn't work out for the 40 and he didn't work to make sure it was a big, or a small number, but he's still football fast, I'm fine with that. Heisenberg, good to see you. Derek, good to see you in here. Yeah, the locksmith, Kamari Lassiter. Great footage. Good stuff, Stoots. Hey, the footage, courtesy of my guy Eddie Clark. Can learn about him in the description down below. Eddie's an incredible photographer. He can do graduations, birthday parties. I'm pretty sure he does weddings. He does real estate photography. He does headshots. So you got an office. Everybody needs to do headshots for their security badges. Hit Eddie up on Twitter. He can take care of you, man. Yeah, get the locks in the comment section. I'm not going to be like one channel and be like, put the lock in the comment section. Put the tomato in the I'm not going to do that. Okay. But, appreciate the comments. Appreciate the comments. The best player is Kamari. I've seen his tape. Okuda doesn't have the tape. He just has great physical traits. Yeah, he's got an opportunity. That's what Okuda wanted. He's got an opportunity. Derek says, love the OTA updates, Cody. Can't wait for your coverage of training camp. Yeah, we are not far away. We are not far away. It's going to be the middle of July when that thing gets popped off because they got to have a couple of days to get ramped up ahead of the Hall of Fame game on August 1st. But yeah, training camp's going to be a blast, man. You're going to want to be here for training camp conversations, breaking it down every day out of training camp. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. I appreciate the super chat, Derek. You are a great friend and a loyal supporter of the channel. Thank you. All right, let's see here. Yeah, they do feel like they are locked in, man, for just a couple of practices here in, early June, they do feel like they're really kind of dialed in here. Yeah, Desmond King's played a little nickel. Bryant, the guy they brought over from the Patriots, has played a little nickel as well. Can Kamari catch? I haven't seen him grab one yet. He doesn't have any trouble in the drills, though, where they kind of backpedal and then they tell him to go forward or go back or anything like that. He hadn't any trouble in any of the drills. So Rob says the potential Lassiter is giving me goosebumps. Yeah. Yeah. Abel says, yeah, damn nice furniture. Now I just need the money. You've got the money to go the Urban Furniture and Decor right now. They got great prices on everything. Mattresses, beds, living room sets, dining room sets, accent furniture. You can take what you've already got. You need some accent furniture. Take pictures of what you got. Go in there. Their expert salespeople will take care of you and find the stuff that fits what you've already got, or just get you a whole new setup, man. They are going to take care of you. Check them out, man. Hit the website. Just poke around a little bit. And again, they will deliver to all 48 continental United States. Sorry, Alaska and Hawaii. You see something online you like? Hit the phone number. Call them. Talk to them. I wish I could say your name here. Ronan. We're going to go with Ronan. It's a good observation. D'Amico's a big fan and doesn't make the same mistake twice. He's a huge fan of don't make the same mistake twice. And he did say that about CJ a lot. And you know what that tells me? 1, you listen. 2, you're coachable. And 3, you got it between the ears. Because a lot of times mistakes are between the ears, especially with young guys, just learning the defense, learning their teammates, learning how to play against a big-time quarterback. I mean, a lot of times it's between the ears that's messed up. But if you don't make the same mistake twice, sometimes you got it between the ears. You're taken care of. Cody, if you had to choose right now out of Desmond King, C.J. Henderson, and Jeff Okudah, who could you see possibly getting cut out of those 3? I mean, I would tell you that it's Okudah because Henderson's played better than him in the 2 days of minicamp. But again, the race is not done. The race is not finished for cornerback 2. Like, they had to play tomorrow. They play Kamari. They got 95 days to figure out who the cornerback 2 is. The race is not finished. Yeah, Henderson had a real nice day. Had a nice bat away deep down the field. And I think it was against Xavier Hutchinson. Had a nice bat away. Knocked the ball away. He's had some nice moments. Okudah hasn't had as many nice moments as Henderson and Lassiter yet. So, if I was power ranking that cornerback 2 race, I'd say Lassiter, Henderson, Okudah so far. So, yeah, K3 lock. I mean, he got the chain, man. We'll see it at some point this year. We'll see the big lock chain from Kamari Lassiter. It's going to be good. While we're talking about Kamari Lassiter, we're talking about some of the success he's had against wide receivers. The overall wide receiver improvement for this team is something to pay attention to. Obviously, they added Stefon Diggs, and he's going to be a huge piece. If your wide receiver 3 last year was primarily Noah Brown or Robert Woods, Stefon Diggs is a huge jump up. But it's important to note Nico Collins looks to have picked up where he left off, which is big-time receiver. We talked about it the other day on the video. He's incredible against man coverage. Guys can't man him up at practice. I mean, he is causing nightmares for some of these Texans defensive backs out there, including Derek Stingley, who he got today. So Stingley and Nico Collins is a fun matchup day in, day out. But Nico looks to be as good, maybe even a little bit better than he was last year, and he's one of the better football players at the wide receiver spot in the NFL all of last year. Tank Dell looks to be better. It looks like the quickness and even the speed is a little bit more. Dell himself talked about how much more comfortable he is at the NFL level after having the year, a real offseason, knowing more of the offense, knowing more of the playbook. So he looks really good. Haven't seen Noah Brown yet. He's still coming back from the shoulder injury. Okay, so no Noah Brown just yet. But obviously we've talked about John Mechie. He looks better. He looks way better than last year. More explosive, fine-tuning his routes. I mean, Mechie looks better than last year. Robert Woods looks better than the version of himself last year. Look, they're not just going to jettison Robert Woods and get rid of him just because it gets them a couple extra bucks on the cap. They don't need that money on the cap right now, so they're not just going to get rid of Woods. There's a chance some other team might want to trade for him in training camp, or there's a chance he just flat out makes this team. He's caught some touchdown passes, including one today on a play where C.J. Stroud had to kind of wait. Juice Scruggs, I can't tell who the defensive lineman was, but Juice Scruggs had some guy just posted up, both hands extended. It looked like he picked him up. He had that guy just, stymied right there on the defensive line, offensive line where they meet. And CJ's looking, boop, back of the end zone, middle of the field, Robert Woods. I mean, Woods has had a couple of nice days, and he looks healthy. He wasn't healthy a bunch of last year, okay? When he was healthy early on, he was a guy that they went to quite a bit. Now, that was Nico and Tank getting their feet under him, but if all of a sudden Robert Woods, with his experience and the level of play that he has, if he's wide receiver 6, he's wide receiver 5, okay, and he can play special teams, by the way. He can do punt returns and maybe even kick returns for you as well. If Robert Woods is on this team, it's not a bad thing, okay? Now, if you need the money down the road, you got to do something like that. I get it. I understand you want to move on from him, or somebody comes with a trade offer, then sure, move on from Robert Woods. But Woods looks better. So going through it, Nico looks better. Tank looks better. Obviously, Diggs is better than Robert Woods as that, in the top 3 of wide receivers. Unsure about Noah Brown yet, still coming back from the shoulder. Mechie looks better. Robert Woods looks better. Xavier Hutchinson looks better than he did last year. He looks more confident and understanding of the offense. And man, he is getting deep on some of these guys. For a guy that is not traditionally known for straight line speed, Xavier Hutchinson is flying past folks. It's really fun to watch. Steven Sims looks like he's more comfortable at the wide receiver spot. So overall, wide receiver improvement is up and has gone up for the Houston Texans, and that's something to pay attention to, as it's a deep spot on this team, and it is going to be tough. It's going to be tough to figure out who should be the wide receivers for this team. Let's see here. Get to some comments. Who, if any, is not looking good at camp? Well, I don't think anybody's going to look bad. Okuda has not had a bunch of good moments, but he hasn't had a bunch of bad moments either. There's been a rookie moment here or there from Blake Fisher, but he's going against freaking Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter. So, I saw Okuda get burned by Tank in one video. Yeah, Tank burns a lot of people. Enough Texans talking. You tell me about the dinette sets at Urban Furniture Decor. Hey, hit the website, look through them yourself, give them a call. The number is on the website. The website's there in the description. The number will come back up again. We show them again a little bit later. They'll talk to you about dinette sets all day long, baby. All day long. Good to see you, Albert. Cody, would I be insane to draft Stroud, Collins, Diggs, and Mixon in fantasy? I did a best ball, and that was the 4 Texans I couldn't shy away from. I know there's going to be weeks when you draft those guys. I know there's going to be weeks where you dominate people because they're all going to score and take care of business. I know there's going to be weeks where it might be a little slim. Having Mixon there is good, which, by the way, if you want to, play fantasy, you want to do a best ball draft, Underdog Fantasy, the best way to fantasy. Okay. Promo code Stoots for a 50% deposit match up to $250. So, it's not crazy. I wouldn't do this in your traditional fantasy league, but in a best ball where your best players automatically start, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. How do you feel if Kalen Bullock takes Jalen Petrie or Jimmy Ward's starting spot? He's got a lot of work to do. So, it's not there yet. I thought Kalen Bullock had a really nice play on special teams today. He just flying down the field on a punt, and it hit, and he downed it at the 1. So if he can't get on the field because Murray and Ward and Petrie are healthy and playing better, MJ Stewart as well when he gets healthy, then he can affect special teams. Kalen Bullock can. He's not quite there to starter just yet. Not quite there. CJ looking sharp. Yep. Dreshan says, isn't Kamari running with the ones? Stingley's on the field. Alshair's on the field. Harris is on the field. Ward and Petrie and they're on the field. So make of that what you'd like. Ooh, how about 119 dozen 55 sweet? Andy Reid wanted to move up to get, or wanted to come get John Mechie. Interesting. That's a fun rumor. Like that. So noticeable improvement from CJ so far. If so, watch out. It's a fun CJ play today. They ran a play, I think it was 7-on-7. And he looks back, and he had Nico Collins coming across the middle, and Nico's wide ass open. I mean, he's run away from his guy. He's beat his guy. He's kind of crossing across the field. And, I mean, that was an easy, 8-yard completion, and then Nico turns it up the field. Okay? That was an easy one. And Stroud waits just a half a second more and layered in the reads and layered in behind Nico about 10 yards deeper down the field and maybe just slightly less open. There's Tank Dell. Boom! Rockets it over Nico to Tank. Tank goes out of bounds there. Huge gain, more than he would have gotten going to Nico. It's just that one little extra second that he knows he can take and still make the throw. Oh, that was a really nice play from C.J. Stroud today. Is Keenum taking reps? Yeah, he's out there firing away. LJ brings me to my next comment. Keep getting your section, or keep getting to my next section. Keep getting your comments in. Could you see Brevin Jordan having a bigger role than he had last year? I could. And I wanted to know about Brevin Jordan specifically. This is the last time we're going to talk to D'Amico Ryans for a while. But hey, D'Amico Ryans, Brevin Jordan looked like he had a little confidence at the end of last year. Has that translated into some success here in 2024's offseason?
I joke with the guys. I show plays from practice, from the previous practice in our team meetings. I have my daily Brevin clip. Like I show a clip of Brevin every day. He has a highlight of, just Brevin's playing so fast, so decisive, and he's making some really great catches, tough catches. He's done a great job for himself over this offseason as well, man. He's improved. I see him. He's confident. He believes that he's a dude, and he can be for us, and he is. And I'm excited to see that confidence that Brevin is displaying throughout the OTAs.
Now, I don't want to start a hype train, okay, because ultimately let's think about what Brevin Jordan is. He's no better than tight end 2 on this team. Dalton Schultz is here. He's tight end 1. You got Stefon Diggs. You've got Nico Collins. You've got Tank Dell. You got Joe Mixon. You got Dalton Schultz. Okay, so Brevin has to just get in where he fits in. But he fits in 2 tight end sets. He fits in as a big wide receiver that linebackers and smaller defensive backs are going to have trouble with. And if he can start putting it all together, I don't know what his long-term prognosis is for this team, but can he be there on the field when Dalton needs a breather, when Schultz taps out for a play? Can he be there when you want to kind of mix and match and move around and put guys in motion? Absolutely. So it's not a hype train. Maybe it's a hype bus. Okay, trains carry a lot of people, and maybe they move, a lot faster there, especially those bullet trains. But let's start the hype bus for Brevin Jordan. Okay, it's an appropriate amount of people there on the bus, the hype bus. Instead of the hype train, it's the hype bus for Brevin Jordan. I am very interested to see how he ultimately fits into this offense, because you can put him on the field with 2 wide receivers, Dalton Schultz and Joe Mixon. You can put him on the field with Dalton Schultz, Joe Mixon, and, maybe even Cade Stover as well. You could put him on the field without Dalton Schultz as the top tight end for a play or a series or things like that. I just remember Slowick talking about all these different players at wide receiver. It stands to reason at tight end, this is the case too. They want guys to be fresh. And if you could get more out of Brevin, you could trust him with more action on the field, you can keep that tight end spot fresh. And if Cade Stover can come along and you can start to trust him, then you have 3 tight ends for 1 or 2 tight end positions, and you can really keep guys fresh throughout the course of a game. Same with the wide receiver spot. Diggs and Dell and Mechie and Brown and Collins. Like, you can keep guys fresh and you get max output in the fourth quarter instead of, Nico Collins got to go out there and run every damn play. Like, you can get him to tap out a little bit, keep him fresh. Same with Schultz and all these various other guys. So I am very interested to see where Brevin Jordan ultimately fits in this offense because D'Amico Ryans talked about it. He's showing a Brevin Jordan clip a day from practice, and he's making some great catches. And I am very interested to see how Brevin Jordan ultimately fits in. And if I was, a betting man, I would say that, there's a little bit more of late season Brevin than early season Brevin headed our way here in 2024 when it comes to Brevin Jordan. So keep getting those comment sections. Keep getting those comments in. Got one more section we want to get to. We'll get to the Q&A and just fire away about whatever you want. Function says, actually, I do need a dinette set for real. Well, I mean, come on, dude. I mean, it's very easy. Right here on the website, Urban Furniture, financing options, living room, dining room furniture. Look at all these options here. Sets, bar stools, chairs, clearance, new arrivals. I mean, come on. Get it over here. Get over here. UrbanFurnitureDecor.com. Links in the description. Get you that dinette set, man. Go in there, look at it, talk to them, find out what your design needs to look like. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Tank might be ridiculous this year. Yes, he might. I am very excited to see what Tank Dell puts together this year. Very excited. Tank wouldn't burn Stoots. I would lock him up at the line of scrimmage. Boy, he'd never get. I would immediately be flagged. But that's the only chance I have is get in there, get physical, and let's be clear, Tank Dell probably. No, I never get a hand on Tank Dell. He smokes me faster than pot at Woodstock. Any word on what's next for the Texans after their new unis, new practice facility, renovations to the stadium, moving training camp to a different location? I know they renovated the weight room a little bit. We've seen kind of some of the construction over on that portion of the stadium. So I know they renovated the weight room a little bit and did some office readjustment. So they did a little bit of that. Cody, do a Houston football fantasy league. You got it. We'll do a Survivor League like we did last year. So we'll have a Survivor League. You beat me, you win a prize. We'll do a fantasy league. We'll do some best ball stuff with Underdog. We'll have a lot of fun. Mr. Robot says, I'm a really big believer in what is the possibilities with Diggs and Tank being so interchangeable. Have they swapped those too much as inside outside? I mean, Diggs is lined up all over. Same with Tank and same with Nico, man. They can do things all over the field, man. All over the field. Any idea what this sworn player of the day is? Is that new? Today was the first I'd heard of it. Will Anderson talked about it and explained that Kamari Lassiter won it. I'm guessing it means the player that had the best day for the team on offense or defense. That's just, player of the day is kind of what is my estimation of it. Jamal Hill doing anything? He's pretty athletic, man. He's pretty athletic. Haven't seen a play since I think it was one of the OTAs. He broke up a pass on, I think it was Ben Skoranek, but those linebackers, man, they got a tough job. They're in the middle of the field, running around. How's the Diggs CJ connection looking like? Seems like it's not perfect just yet. I mean, when Kamari Lassiter's out there making plays, it doesn't look as good, but they've hooked up on a few good ones. Don't worry about Diggs and Stroud. They're going to be just fine. Just fine. I'm assuming Texans tickets are damn near sold out. I believe so. They're getting close. If they're not already there, I think they're close. All right, let's see if I can catch up here. Always felt like some players were misused. Brevin Jordan was one of them under the past coaching regime. Yeah, that's a fun piece for Bobby Slowick to play around and move around the chessboard. What do you think about the fullback competition so far? Hard to tell because they can't really block and hit. Yeah, look, you can't trust him right now to block. So hopefully you don't need him. If the offensive line will just play better, you won't need Brevin to block. Speaking of the offensive line, keep getting those comments in. We'll get some O-line observations. Sounded Canadian there. O-line observations. Please don't be offended any of our Canadian viewers. So three guys and three body observations. Number one is Juice Scruggs. He's got what I call strongman arms. So, a year ago, if you remember in training camp, Derek Stingley showed up. He looked like $1 million, called it Mr. Universe, shredded, cut up. You can see all the muscles, Mr. Universe. Okay. The other thing you can have is sort of that strongman look where it's not cut up. You don't see the definition on the muscle. You just know there's a lot of power there. And that's Juice Scruggs, man. He looks like he is just powerful. And again, I told you about the play earlier. He just, two arms out, stood that defensive lineman up. I don't know who it was. Stood that guy up and just locked him out and didn't move. It's like he was planted there. It was really impressive. He looks really strong so far in these practices. The other body observation, Kenyon Green, every time you look over there, it just looks like a totally different player. And watching some of the drills that he did today and some of the feet and the agility and stuff like that the offensive lineman did, he looks really good. Kenyon Green looks like he is ready to live up to or try to live up to that first round top pick that he was, 13th, 15th overall, whatever exactly it was. He looks like he's ready to try to live up to that. And he's put in a lot of work to get to that point. Even D'Amico Ryans talked about it, proud of the work that he's put in to get there. And he's got to stay healthy and be healthy to achieve what he needs to achieve. But he just looks good and got to see him a little bit closer in the drills because we were inside in the bubble today. So he's ready to try to make that pick pay off. That first rounder the Texans used on him in 2022. He's ready to try to make that pay off. And the last O-line observation from a body standpoint is, my goodness, Titus Howard looks like he's in phenomenal shape. And that's Titus Howard coming back off of a serious knee injury and knee surgery. But he looks like he's in great shape. It looks like he's trimmed down the midsection, but he's put on like muscle mass in the upper part in his upper body. Like he looks like, he looks like a professional wrestler out there. Like, I'm not also sure that Triple H shouldn't call him and see if, he can add him to some tag team, or be an enforcer for one of the little guys in WWE. Howard looked really good. He watched some of practice because he's still coming back from the knee injury. D'Amico Ryans said that he's on track to be ready for training camp. But, Howard looked like he was ready to go. Okay, I know he's not. He's still working back. But he's on track for training camp, which is, middle of July. Even if it's a little bit after training camp starts, he gets there, say middle of August or early part of August. He should be ready to go. And I liked this from Daniil Hunter. He said, yeah, I've been watching Titus Howard, and he's been watching us work out. And Titus has had a couple of words, and I've never gone against him. So I'm excited for him to get back out there. And I was like, okay, all right. Titus has been talking a little smack from the sidelines. When he gets out there, he got 55 to deal with. And when 55 goes to deal with him, Titus physically looks like he's ready to go. So just got to get the knee healthy. Him and Laramie Tunsil at the tackles, figure out that left guard spot, the left guard starter, Scruggs at center, Shaq Mason at right guard, off to the races and get that offensive line rolling, man. Get that offensive line rolling. All right. More comments from you. Of course, this is the Q&A portion of the day, so throw that in there. And you know what? Never a bad time to talk again about our friends at Urban Furniture and Decor. Luxury meets affordability. 7909 Hillcroft. 7909 Hillcroft, up in my old zip code, my old stomping grounds where I grew up. Urban Furniture and Decor has incredible, beautiful furniture. You're seeing it all right here in the video. It is well made, beautiful and affordable furniture. Look how great some of this stuff is, and you're not going to pay an arm and a leg and your other foot to get it, okay? They have incredible pricing, the best in town, no credit financing for you, from the finest trends from across the world, including specializing in that great, beautiful, sturdy, well-made Turkish furniture to your classics, from bedroom sets to dining room sets and everything in between. Urban Furniture and Decor will take care of you. Link in the description to their website. Poke around, take a look at what they've got, see those incredible prices, start figuring out what you want, and then go see them at the showroom. 7909 Hillcroft. 7909 Hillcroft, tons of parking, big parking lot, beautiful store. Go out there, sit on the furniture. I'm a big guy. I can break a chair like nobody's business. I'm not breaking the sturdy, well-made furniture at Urban Furniture and Decor. And you're not breaking the bank when you go shop there as well. Check them out, Urban Furniture and Decor. Again, link in the description down below. Appreciate them jumping on. Brand new, hey, show them the love out there. Brand new sponsor. You guys are fantastic, showing me love. You're fantastic, helping out the channel. They support the channel. Go support them, man. They support the channel. Go support them. All right, fire away. Questions as you'd like. I'll answer as many as I can here. Let's go. Let's see here. Jacob, any under the radar guys standing out? Keep seeing Max Tooley's name. Is he a special teamer? Actually get in the rotation at linebacker. Look, a lot of bodies he's got to climb over to get in the spots at linebacker. You got to imagine Azeez Al-Shire and Christian Harris, they got it locked down. Henry To'o's got a little bit of an inside track, having played for the team last year, and Jamal Hill's a draft pick. But Del'Shawn Phillips is a free agent addition. He plays special teams. He's a guy you got to get past. Jacob Phillips is another guy. Like, Tooley's got a shot. Special teams is where he's going to make his name and just get himself on the 53 and then be a special teams demon. And if you get an opportunity, make it happen for yourself at linebacker. You know, he had a nice play yesterday, and then Jaden Yonke, you know, demolished him a couple of plays later, and, you know, just hit him with a little juke, and, you know, Tooley was in another dimension and Yonke was open. So you got to be a special teams demon if you're a guy like Max Tooley. But the athleticism's there, man. The athleticism's there, the look's there, the physicality's there. He's going to have to be a guy that showcases when they can put the pads on too as well. You know, so that's something for Tooley to look out for Tooley as well. Cody, are you in the new Mr. Beast video? I am not. I welcome an invitation, though. Why does anybody believe Desmond King can win cornerback too? He's had a better career thus far than Henderson and Okudah. He's taken more reps for this team than any other DB on the roster, plus he's a top 5 nickel. I mean, if they have to play him outside, they can. I just don't think they want to. I mean, he had the chance to win an outside job last year, and he didn't. He didn't even make the team. You know, so I think they want to play him inside. How's Dameon Pierce looking? Quick. He was looking quick, and he's looking fast, man. Looking fast. Oh, that's about Desmond King. Yeah, Desmond King played really well when he came back after he got cut in training camp. Cody, I just got here. I'm very excited about the furniture. Yeah, the furniture's great over at Urban Furniture and Decor. Oh, you said the future. Well, the future's great too. I'm excited about the future. I'm excited about the furniture. Learn more about our new friends, Urban Furniture, in the description down below. Any surprise cuts at wide receiver? I mean, nobody's going to be a surprise cut because if they lose their job, somebody beat them out. Like it's a deep wide receiver room. It's a deep wide receiver room. Would you rather have the defense have a good day or the offense have a good day during camp? And D'Amico Ryans talked about it. You kind of want it to be 50-50. You kind of want it to be half and half between those two. Cody, did you play football growing up? I did one spring football season in high school, but I wrestled in high school. I was a wrestler. Played a little baseball, and then I wrestled. So I was a wrestler in high school. Does Cade Stover take over some of Beck's fullback duties? No. Do we still even use a fullback next season? TBD. I would say TBD on that. I know they threw the ball to Troy Hairston a couple times today. You know, I think that was nice to see. H-Town TD2000 with the super chat. You go to the front of the line with the super chat. Appreciate the support, H-Town. Hey, bud, what group or groups have been underwhelming thus far based on your observations or conversations you've had? Thanks for all you do, Stootsamania. I don't think anybody's really been underwhelming. Nobody's had like a bad day as a group overall. And the safeties got picked on a little bit one day. Linebackers got picked on a little bit another day. But they're not bad. I mean, the tackles had a couple of rough moments. Because you're going against Will Anderson, Danielle Hunter, and Danielle Hunter can like teleport to the quarterback. So, nobody's been real bad. I think that's probably one of the big standouts from camp is I can't sit there and tell you that stinks or that stinks or that stinks. I say camp, mini camp. We'll see in training camp. Some days will be better than others. H-Town TD 2000. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. Okay. Kamari Lassiter is a baller. Don't count him out being named QB2 coming out of camp. Yeah, if you're counting him out, you're counting the wrong spot. Glad to see you winning, Stoots. Hey, we're all winning here. Talking football, hanging out, 300 strong here in the chat right now. And it's great. It's great. 7:40 on a June evening talking about the Texans. I couldn't have got 30 of you in here 2 years ago. Couldn't have got 30 of you in here. Hunter looked real happy to play for home. Iron sharpening iron is the most exciting outlook for the future of the Texans. Yeah. Yeah, iron sharpening iron, man. They got plenty of that. You think Henderson or Okudah moved to safety? Nah. If Green comes up, our O-line will be a positive this year, maybe more run game. Yeah, there's definitely a chance they get that road grader going. And that's what Kenyon was known for, is being able to kind of move some weight, move some bodies. Assume the Texans are using all the rookies for the Hall of Fame game. I don't know, to be determined. We'll have a couple weeks of training camp to kind of figure that out. If Kenyon's a serviceable depth guy, count that as a win. I would say I believe he's going to start, but we'll see. I like this. It's a myth type, but I like it. Justice Scruggs may look strong, but Jared Patterson was the best center on the team last year, something like 200 snaps before he got hurt and no sacks allowed. Yeah, well, Scruggs didn't get the chance to really play center last year. We came back, had to play left guard because Titus had gotten hurt. They wanted Scruggs to be the center last year. So, he was going to be the starting center, and then he got hurt. So, we'll see about where Patterson ends up. He's going to fight for center opportunities. He's going to fight for left guard opportunities. And you know what? If Patterson is good as a backup, you played 50 offensive linemen last year. So it'd be great. It'd be great to have Patterson as a key backup. What have you seen different from Bobby Slowick and play calling this year to see more of a comfort level from him? They haven't even really run 11-on-11 stuff yet, so nothing to really say from here or say from that, but I think he's going to be in his bag more than a few times. Swarm the like button. Yeah, do that. Hit that thumbs up button. Pedro needs a nightstand. Come on with it. urbanfurnituredecor.com, or go and visit them over on Hillcroft. Damn, I missed 40 minutes. Good thing they got the rewind button. Function, come on now. You go get. I don't want to know the rest of your search history. It better have Urban Furniture Decor in there, but I don't want to see the rest of the search history. Stroud still looking sharp? Absolutely. Dom from New Jersey. Ranked cornerbacks after Stingley, of course, from what you're seeing so far. Sting at 1, Lassiter at 2, Henderson at 3, King at 4, Okudah at 5. That'd be the top 5 right there of cornerbacks. Yeah, let's see some Jarrett Patterson love. Patterson at Notre Dame played 48 games, snaps at center, never gave up a sack, only gave up 5 QB hits college career. Can you overlook him as center number 1 is crazy? Well, because, look, Juice Scruggs he had the opportunity. Juice Scruggs could be the starter over him last year. And then Patterson played well. Yes, he played well. Am I telling you it's guaranteed Scruggs is starting? No. If they had to play a game tomorrow, would Scruggs be the starting center? Yes. Did they let you attend all OTA and camp practices? So we saw both of the days of minicamp, and we saw 2 of the OTAs. So they had OTAs that were not open to the media. When training camp gets here, we are allowed to watch every training camp practice. We're allowed to watch every training camp practice, I believe, in its entirety. So when training camp gets here, I'll be there at every practice, watching every practice, giving you all the obs. Let's see here. What's the running back room looking like with Mixon and Pierce? I mean, Pierce looks fast, and Mixon had a really nice play today. It was 11 on 11. CJ takes the snap, immediate pressure from the right side because there was, the good rush, and Petrie was blitzing in, and it was just boom, turn, throw, Mixon, catch, burn. Just a really intriguing player on this team is Joe Mixon. This is a good question. Real good question. Cody, how does the new kickoff look at the OTAs and the minicamp? It looks like chaos. And some of it's organized chaos, and some of it is just flat out chaos. Steven Sims had a kickoff return for a touchdown in practice today. And he weaved his way in. The blocking was there. There was a gap. I mean, maybe there was an arm tackle that would have got him. You can't do much contact here. But, I mean, he took it to the house, man. He was flying. He looked good doing it. But, I mean, they have – I will tell you this. Just about anybody on offense who's a skill position player, they got a chance to return a kickoff. I don't think they'll leave any stone unturned when it comes to offense for skill position players to figure out who their kickoff person is. And then it's like hockey shifts watching them figure out who's on the field, who's not on the field to block and to try to play, try to go out there and tackle. Like it is going – the kickoff – you got to be back in your seat for kickoff now because it's a real play. Like it's a real play now. And there's going to be some really dynamic, successful plays coming out of this kickoff rule change. It's going to be a really fun thing to watch. I'm very excited for it. Slim, trim, and ready to attack the day. But it's funny. I haven't seen a lot of reps from Barnett because they put the defensive lineman and the offensive lineman way on the other side of the field for most part. But watched him do some quick work there with the other defensive linemen. They're working on like this long arm drill. And I mean, it was like, and then he just lightning quick. Barnett's going to be, a potential solid depth player for this team. Stoots, you just have to realize you're the man now when it comes to the Texans. I mean, I appreciate the comments. I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all are very generous with your time, your thumbs up, your kind words, your super chats. Y'all are great. I'm nobody without y'all. So, y'all are great too. How's Kalen coming along? He's got a couple of nice moments. The ball hadn't really found him yet. Andrew, good to see you. H-Town, Big Steve. Love it, man. I've been there with you from the start, my brother. Love these updates. Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate it, Big Steve. I think Slowick and D'Amico will be like Reed and Bieneme. I mean, not quite. It's not quite the same. I would love to see Slowick stick around for another year after this one. Stoots is the GOAT. I am not the GOAT. I would love to be the GOAT one day, but I'm not the GOAT. I'd be happy to be the GOAT one day. I'm certainly trying to get there. Good to see Dylan Horton at the field, even if he's just watching. Yeah. Nick Caserio said on the Jim Rome show, he's kind of getting some field work done. He's working out, trying to get back on the field, and then they see where he, fits in. But, seeing him at practice, that's cool. It's got to be a big boost for the team. Andrew says, hit the like button. Love that. Texans going to be looking finer than frog hair in 2024. Okay. Like that. Who do you think will be the kick returner, punt returner? I think they're going to change it out throughout the course. I don't think they're going to let teams, figure them out. It could be a variety of guys. If Woods makes the team, it could be Woods. It could be Tank Dell. If Sims makes the team, it could be Sims, Tank Dell. It could be Sims, Tank Dell, Joe Mixon, Damian Pierce. I mean, there's a lot of different guys the routes they can go. They're probably still figuring that out, even though they spend a lot of time on special teams in practices. Backup QBs, I'd still say it's Mills and Keenum with, Boyle in the conversation. Stroud OTAs 2023 versus 2024. I mean, better, efficient, knows where to tell people to go, kind of directs traffic really well. If you had to name one pass catcher that will not be on the roster opening day, who is it? Tegan Quintiriano? Because he hadn't practiced yet. He hadn't been on the field when the media's been there to watch. Do you believe we can have a top 10 offense and defense? Absolutely, H-Town Big Steve. Absolutely. They've got the potential for both. They got the potential for one of the best offenses in football, and they've absolutely got top 10 potential in defense. How the DTs look, man, they look big, man. I just can't get over how big some of those guys look. They got some smaller guys too. They got some big guys on that defensive line. Tim Settle's a big mamma jamma, man. Dare is the kicker on kickoffs, and this is Jason mentioning it as well. I don't think so. I don't think they're going to do that. I wouldn't put it past them. I don't think they're going to do that. It's going to be in room for Dare in the running back room. Be nice to keep him for special teams. I mean, if somebody outplays him and has better potential on offense, then go for it, But if you want to keep him as a special teams ace, be my guest as well. Yeah, people worried about Tank taking a couple extra, smacks, doing kickoffs or punt returns. I get it. I understand that. You think Kamari will be opposite Sting on the defense? I do. I believe he's going to win that job. Any difference in CJ's command of the offense this preseason compared to last? In confidence, they move at a good pace. I think there's a difference. Feels like there's a difference. Honestly, for Lassiter, what better group of receivers to train against? He should be well prepared for most. Yeah, I mean, it's very much iron sharpens iron, man. How are you handling Houston heat and humidity? I just sweat my ass off. That's what I do. I mean, I can't stop. I mean, I'm a great big fat person. I sweat, I put a lot of deodorant on. I get the Gold Bond powder spray, make sure stuff doesn't stick where it doesn't need to be sticking. Go from there. Ryan, appreciate you for the comment, man. Thank you for watching. Maybe some, but I don't know that it'd be many. What are they called? They make them look like bobbleheads when they wear them. How are the Yonke brothers looking? Well, Jackson Yonke hasn't been practicing. Jaden had a nice play yesterday and a nice play last week, but Jackson hasn't been practicing. He's hurt, I think. It looks like a leg injury for him. Walking around with one of those sleeves. Did you see Gerard Johnson preparing to take over for Bobby next year? Without a doubt. Without a doubt. All right, a couple more here. What do you see from the rookie running back, Brevin Jordan from Louisville? Had a nice run. I think it was the first OTA, kind of cut things up to the right. Just haven't done a lot of run stuff in minicamp. Training camp is when we'll learn a lot more about them. Jake, good to see you. Thanks for reminding people to hit the like button. A couple more. If Lassiter's QB or cornerback 2, do you think Okuda and Henderson make the team? One of them will. Probably not both, though. Any chance he's a position player for kickoffs? No, I don't think so. Open fan practice going to be crazy this year. Yeah, absolutely. I'd be stoked if Lassiter or Bullock were dark horse rookie defensive players of the year. Hard to win it as a DB, man. Hard to win it. I know Sauce did it a couple years ago, but it's hard to win it there. H-Town's Ultimate. What are you eating game day on Sunday? Like a nice burger. Man, so I spent a lot of game days, I spent a lot of game days at the stadium. So the Texans usually have some media food, but if I'm just at the house, like Saturdays for college football, nachos, man. I love nachos. I mean, I'm not picky about what I eat. I love nachos. Sometimes I've haven't made them. There's a restaurant I used to go to that had Italian nachos, and those were excellent. They took wontons, fried them, laid them in there, and then it was like, mozzarella and salami and pepperoni and pepperoncinis and olives and a little oil and vinegar on there. Those were great. Love those. Watched many college football games, taking down a plate of those. Pizza's a good one. I like pizza. I'm not picky, man. Not picky at all. Stoots, in 5 words or less, how would you describe your excitement on the potential success you see this team having here soon? Uncharted territory for the uncharted territory for the Texans. Uncharted territory for the Texans. That's my excitement. And what is uncharted territory? High expectations and the opportunity to go to the AFC Championship game. Uncharted territory for the Texans. There you go. I think I got that. I did a pretty good job. OTA, minicamp, training camp, voluntary, mandatory, all these different names. OTAs, optional. Mandatory minicamp is what it actually is called most of the time. They expect you to be there. You get fined if you're not there. And as I understand, the Texans had full participation. They were close to full with OTAs too. I wonder, will this be the greatest season in Texans history? Has the opportunity to. Has the opportunity to be that. Marion's Berry says, Urban Furniture going to have an inflatable kiddie pool for you to take to camp practices? Need to stay cool? No inflatable kiddie pool, but I'm glad you mentioned them. Let's talk about them one more time. Brand new to the channel, brand new sponsor. If you're just getting here, look at the beautiful furniture that Urban Furniture and Decor has for you. Specializing in Turkish furniture, they have something for everybody. Well-made and even better priced furniture for you. Go visit the beautiful, spacious showroom, 7909 Hillcroft, right there in my old backyard and my stomping grounds over there in the 77081, 7909 Hillcroft, or visit the website, urbanfurnituredecor.com, and see all this great furniture. Scroll through it from dining rooms to bedrooms to accent pieces, from a coffee table to a brand new man cave. Urban Furniture and Decor can take care of you. Luxury meets affordability, and they want to get you in there and talk to you about putting some beautiful, well-made, long-lasting, affordable furniture in your home. You cannot miss it. Urban Furniture and Decor, welcome them to the channel. Go visit them. That showroom is gorgeous. Okay? The furniture is even more beautiful, and the prices, best in town. Cannot beat them. So check out and support our friends, Urban Furniture and Decor. There's the address right there. It's in the description. Website's in the description. Go visit them. Check it out. All right. A couple more. Wings and beer for game day food. Tough to beat that. Who you rooting for in the NBA Finals? Luka. Got the Texans at plus 2,500 win the Super Bowl before free agency, and Stroud at plus 55 for Offensive Player of the Year while I cash my tickets. Opoy is hard. That's usually goes to a wide receiver or running back. I hope you cash that Super Bowl ticket. That'll be great. Remember, I made the proclamation. Texans win the Super Bowl, we'll do a 24-hour stream. Texans win the Super Bowl, we'll do a 24-hour stream. Super Bowl bound, baby. Brandon trying the 5 words. The Stroud's kicking everyone's ass. That's good. I like that. Let's see here. Stoots with more new sponsors. We're moving up like the Jeffersons. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Hey, none of this is possible without you guys visiting the sponsors, taking care of them, hanging out with them, visiting them. It's great. Coming in here, learning about them. Travis Scott says, Noah Brown to Cardinals for Zach Allen. I'm hearing rumors from Insider on Twitter. Okay, well, if it happens, we'll talk about it. Mills or Keenum at backup? I mean, probably got to go with, Mills. I believe Mills will be the guy. I think the Keenum thing was very specific to that situation last year. All right. Okay. I think that'll do it for us. Do it for us here. Kevin, I'm sorry. I just got in. What did I miss? You missed all of it, everything. You got to go back to the beginning. Go back to the beginning. All right. All right. So, little housekeeping. There's a free week to Houston football in the description. If you've never checked out Houston football, every single training camp practice has a Houston football update. So we're doing all my writing. We're going to have tons of stuff here ahead of training camp. Some really fun projects I'm working on. You're really going to enjoy it. You get a free week there using the link in the description down below. Okay. Using the link in the description down below. You're going to get a free week to Houston football. All right. Check out urbanfurnituredecor.com, urbanfurnituredecor.com. Visit the showroom, the beautiful, gorgeous showroom with the incredible furniture, 7909 Hillcroft. Brand new sponsor on the channel. Check them out. Appreciate you guys for checking out and supporting the sponsors who support this channel. Really appreciate you. Really appreciate them. And what else? What else am I missing here? Well, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything. Make sure you're checking out Landry Locker's work here on YouTube as well. He is fast and furiously adding to the locker room on a super consistent basis. Lots of fun stuff. Great breakdowns. He looks at stuff like nobody else can. We're going to have him on the channel a bunch. Going to be on his channel a bunch, so make sure you check him out as well. Real thoughts, man. Thank you. Thank you for the kind words, man. Thank you for the kind words and the super chat. Thank you. Those are real thoughts from Real Thoughts. Thank you, man. Somebody asked, what are you going to do for the 24 hours? Great question. Drink a lot, probably. Rewatch some of the best games from the season if they win the Super Bowl. Rewatch the Super Bowl. We'll just be like, all right, start the Super Bowl now. Rewatch the Super Bowl. That'd be fun. Let's see. A Texan Super Bowl in New Orleans. Pray for my liver. I mean, right? Right? Okay. That'll do it for the live stream. Thank you, everybody. You guys are fantastic. Make sure to visit urbanfurnituredecor.com. Urbanfurnituredecor.com, our newest sponsor. They do great work, incredible, beautiful furniture over there. You do not want to miss out on that. Urbanfurnituredecor.com. Thank you all for the likes, the subscriptions, the shares, the super chats, anything and everything that you do to support. It is very much appreciated. I hope my gratitude always comes across to you, because without you, I just yell into a void, which I've been known to do from time to time. All right, this is my hope for you. This is my charge for you as well. I want you to eat good. I want you to sleep good. I want you to be good. We'll talk Texans again soon. Thank you, everybody. Have a great evening.